Hi everyone, welcome to Mailsoftly YouTube channel. So today we have a very distinguished guest with us. Joanne is with us. Hi Joanne, how are you? Welcome to the show.
Hi, Alkin. How are you? Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, it's great. So today we're gonna discuss some email marketing tips with Joanne and how it is important to come up with like subject lines, email copy, etc. Which Joanne is expert, a lot of like experience in that space. So first of all, Joanne, can just tell a little bit about yourself, what your services are, where you're located, so we can just start from there.
Yeah, sure. So I am Joanne Homestead of Desk Plant Creatives, and I am an email copywriter and copy coach for entrepreneurs and coaches who are in wellness, well-being, and mindset. So I work with a lot of coaches who are service-based providers, and they have programs, courses, one-to-one coaching. These are the services that they provide. And they're looking to really craft emails that are engaging, that people want to open, that when their name pops into other people's inboxes, it has a very positive association, and they keep top of mind. So I am tuning in from Colorado, Boulder, Colorado. We are in mountain time here, right by the beautiful mountains. We have so much nature around here, and I just love being able to go out and take a hike just like a couple minutes from our neighborhood here. So did I answer all the questions there? Oh, and what services I provide. So I have two main offers. One is the done for you email sequences, and that is on a quarterly retainer. And then the other main offer is my soulful selling copy program. And that's where I'm teaching you to fish. I'm teaching you how to create and craft those open worthy emails that people want to open, and they want to read the first line and the second line and the third line and get to the very bottom and take action, get inspired to take action. And this all stems from my 15 years of teaching background. I was a teacher and literacy specialist for 15 years. And if you can captivate 36-year-olds in a classroom all day, every day,
Hi.
I've really honed my storytelling skills to really captivate and engage little audiences. It's the same way for adults as well. Um, and then it's really about that heart-led persuasion. How do you persuade someone to inspire that action, to take that action? It's the same thing in the classroom. Is I'm not forcing any students to take action. That's not going to be the best learning outcomes. It's really about how can we inspire them to take that action and own their action that they want to take. And it's really the same thing. I just do it now in the fantastic world of emails, which I would think you would agree it is a fantastic world of emails with Mailsoftly as well.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so in Colorado, so it's springtime here. I believe in Colorado, it's awesome there, right? So all the nature and
Yeah,
everything.
trees are starting the cherry and the apple trees are starting to blossom. So all
Oh,
the white and
amazing.
pink flowers are blooming right now.
Amazing. Yeah, we are just in California, San Francisco. Here's again. It's very good right now. The weather just, it started getting warmer. Yeah. So awesome. So you mentioned that you have like 15 years of experience in literacy and as a teacher, and you also mentioned that you are working with coaches, right? So when it comes to email marketing, what we experience on our on network and all our in our community is that some people see email marketing as a one shot thing. So they just create an email, kind of an outreach email maybe they create. So they try to hard sell whatever they're selling, they're offering, and then they may say that okay, so it worked or it didn't work, that etc. But your practice, your services, actually, I think focus on more like a kind of broader strategy, broader marketing strategy, where the kind of coaches or this email newsletters play an important role to have an impact of the recipients. So rather than they see it as a kind of a promotional thing, I believe what you are trying to do with Mailsoftly with our clients too, which is awesome, is that you are trying to build a kind of a brand
Mm-hmm.
around these emails, and then rather than being promotional, whenever they send this newsletter, people are willing to open it because they find value inside of it, rather than just hard selling whatever they provide. They just look at it. Okay, so this time let's open, let's just learn whatever inside of this email. So it's very important. Can you tell a little bit about this, your practice, and how you come up with the right email strategy for a specific business? It may be like coaching, it may be like other type of like lawyers, whatever the practice is. Can you tell a little bit about this?
Yeah. Okay. I love how you just mentioned lawyers because
Right, right, right. I mean, yeah.
you know, I like to talk about email in a sense because a lot of people say like, oh, this is one of the most common mistakes is I have to convince someone to work with me. I have to convince them that I'm the one. I have to convince. And I what I like to tell my clients who are a lot of coaches and consultants, all entrepreneurs, is that you're not convincing anyone. And that's, I think, the biggest myth with copywriting is that when I say heart-led persuasion, I'm not talking about this like convincing energy. You're not the lawyer in the courtroom who's standing in front of the jury and you have all these points like, this is how I want you to see things. It's more like you're a doctor and you see their symptoms. You see your patient or your client's symptoms, and you can pinpoint them, and then you can tell them, okay, I can tell you these are the root causes of those symptoms, and this is your treatment plan. This is how I can help you. And coming from that lens just changes the way that you write in your emails versus being like, you need to come work with me. You have to come work with me. Like I'm the one to like, this is what I'm seeing. This is the root causes. This is what I know to help because these are my experiences and my expertise area. And that really shifts the way the writing is. And that goes back to like bringing a lot of value in your emails. And what I like to say is like you're building a bridge to your email community. Each subscriber that you have imagine that person physically in a room with you, because a lot of times we get into this feeling of like lack. I only have 100 subscribers. I only have 500 subscribers. It almost doesn't matter what number they say. They always say, I only have. And I say, if you had 30 subscribers, in Mailsoftly, imagine those 30 people in this room with you right now. They would barely fit. And they signed on to come hear from you. So this is such a big opportunity. I feel like you don't need to have a huge email community in order to get clients from your email marketing. It's quality over quantity. If you're attracting the aligned clients, then that's going to be better than having like 1,000 people on your list. Who are they aligned? Are they not aligned? Who are they? I think that that's also a piece of it. So I could go on for many hours about this, but
Right.
I think the biggest point here is that like I have a 7-step framework called the stories framework that I use with my clients. And this is how I really get them the results that they're looking for, which is either they're inconsistently writing to their email community. It feels like they're just kind of like randomly writing things. They don't really know what to say. And then when they say something, they're not quite sure where they're going with it. Or
Right.
two, they are writing consistently and they might be doing a lot of educating. So they are bringing that value there, but they're not doing that copywriting piece of it, which is connecting it back to their offers, back to their services. So I do have clients who come to me, they write consistently, they have good open rates, but no one's clicking, no one's taking action. And that's the piece of, they're giving a lot of value in terms of education, but what they need to do is continually connect it back to their services, back to their testimonials, back to their client stories, back to how they can help. And that's what creates more engagement and people wanting to click their, book a call with me button, to go to that next step to work with them. So that is what I have found. That my 7-step stories framework is really where I have found the most success for my clients, for writing emails that get more engagement, and that people want to open, and they love responding back to the emails.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I really like that. So 7 steps of stories framework you mentioned. So when it comes to email marketing, people generally think that, so I need to have a kind of a newsletter, a fancy looking newsletter. And okay, that's good. And then, each month or whatever their kind of like frequency is. So they think that, okay, so each week I should just write something different, which is okay again. But at the end of the day, they need to have a broader strategy, right?
Mhm.
So I believe this with 7 steps of stories framework. That's what you are trying to do, and which is very important because at the end of the day, the audience matters a lot. So if you have the right subscribers, so for instance, anyone who may just want to get updated in terms of, let's say that I'm just assuming that, let's say we are in construction business, let's say, and there's a service, there's maybe a lawyer, a law firm, just updates about the regulation, what's going on about this regulation and etc. So as a construction business owner, for instance, I may find it very interesting, and I just want to just get updated for free about this type of like announcements. So this time, whenever this law firm or any other like service firm creates something like this with an audience who is eager to, like, okay, get updated about this and etc. So this is the, I think, the kind of golden moment of success of email marketing, right? So again, with business coaches, that's the same thing, or like coaches in general. So the audience matters a lot. You may
Mhm.
have different audiences, and then you can segment them in Mailsoft, in any other tool. But for each segmentation, you need to have a different set of, like, email marketing strategy, I believe. So what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I love how you bring up the strategy because that is a part of my stories framework. Actually, that's the first S in
Right.
stories. The S stands for strategize and align. And that's really where you're setting the vision. What's the purpose of your email list? A lot of businesses have an email list, but they don't even know what is it doing for them? What do they want it to do for them? So it's really setting the North Star and figuring out what is it you want your email community to feel like. What do you want people to get from it, and what do you want to get from this email community, and just like setting very specific goals there. So then you have your North Star, you know where you're going with your content and your writing, or else you just feel like you're just throwing spaghetti on the wall, which is also fine too, because you got to start somewhere. Like, just start writing is what I like to say sometimes. And as you're going, figure it out and get that get your strategy down. Like, how is your email strategy aligned with your offers? And since I work with a lot of coaches, like, when are you launching these offers? Are your email sequences, email funnels aligned with that? And then also how to use the email strategy of using email sequences. Like Mailsoftly is great because you can create automations and sequences. And I like to say you're basically bringing your potential clients on a journey from point A to B to C to D. And that's what your email automation is doing. And it goes back to what you're saying is like know who you're talking to. And that's the O in my stories framework is own your messaging. And that's really about we're going past the demographics of your ideal clients and we're talking about the emotions and the psychology behind what they need to hear in order to make that buying decision for themselves. And when you know who you're talking to and you can use also their language that they're using, that's when your potential clients read your email and they respond back and they go, it's like you're in my head. Like, how did you know I was thinking that exact thought or feeling that exact thing or knowing exactly what I'm looking for, what I want? Knowing really intimately like who are your ideal clients and their emotions and psychology behind that is part of the O in stories is like own your messaging, have your strategy, and then have different kinds of email sequences you can have to meet them where they are, like a welcome. I focus mainly on three types of email sequences, and then within that, we talk about the different types of emails and their purposes because they have different purposes. Like, is it for nurturing? Is it to educate? Are you promoting, selling, connecting? Like, there's many purposes. So, the three email sequences is the welcome nurture sequence. That's always great to have when someone joins your email community. They go through this beautiful journey you've curated for them so that you can catch those people who are in that consideration stage already. They're already considering buying from you. They just needed a little more information. And the great thing is, like just like Mailsoftly, is it's automated. I like to say it's like you are hosting a intimate dinner party at your home. You invite a new friend in, and as the host, you got to make sure like is the food ready? Are people getting beverages? I want to welcome people at the door. I want to make sure the music is like the atmosphere is good. So your welcome nurture sequence is like your multiplier. You've multiplied yourself as the host. Every single person who comes in, they're going to get welcomed in just the right way that you want them to be welcomed. They're going to get the information and expectations right away, so they know what to expect. And it's great. You don't need to be there. You curate this email sequence to basically spread your message for you. So the welcome nurture sequence, and then I like to focus on a pre-launch nurture sequence, which is before a sales launch sequence. So a lot of entrepreneurs make the mistake of they're just selling. They're inconsistently writing. All of a sudden they're thinking, oh, I need to be writing to my email community. So the first thing that pops into mind is, oh, I gotta sell. Either that or they're on this other side. Oh, I just need to keep educating, and then they don't promote. So you gotta have a balance of all of the promotion, connecting, and educating pieces. So the pre-launch sequence is to really help your potential clients understand, are they aware of their problem? Are they aware of what the root causes are? And are they aware of how you can help in that? And that primes them for the sales launch email sequence. They're warm, they're primed, and now they're ready to hear the promotion. And what I like to say about the sales sequence is that you're just inviting someone in to work with you. It's an invitation. For a lot of coaches, they don't want to feel like they're being pushy, that they're being annoying. And that's another big piece of like my 7-step framework is the R is release the blocks. There's all kinds of blocks that come up when you want to go to promote yourself. Like, I don't want to be annoying. I don't want to be bothering people. I don't like it when people unsubscribe, but I always have a lot of great positive feedback about how to approach it in a way that you're not connecting your self-worth with the unsubscribes.
Awesome. Okay. So we need to wrap it up. So Jan, thank you very much. First of all, again, it's great insights. So maybe we can say that. So Jan's services when it comes to email marketing strategy, and her 7 steps of stories framework really works really well. I know it because we know it from our customers too, and with Mailsoftly there, so this two powers can combine together to boost the goal of the at the end of the day is marketing, email marketing, which is to grow your business, engage your customers, and grow your audience again, and then give them value, and then first giving them the value and then maybe asking other things. So yeah, thank you very much. So we will put Joanne's um, contact information behind this video, but how people can reach out to you, Joanne? Maybe you may just want to tell them.
Yeah, and I have to say I'm really excited for Mailsoftly because I signed up and just started using it, and I've already referred one of my connections to Mailsoftly. I think specifically for the customer service that you provide there, and I know a lot of my clients are looking for that piece of it when it comes to an email service provider where they feel like they're being supported and they're able to feel good, because that's what I tell my clients, like, you have to feel good about the email service provider you're using or else you're not going to write emails. And I want you to be able to go in, feel good about the experience. And so I am excited to have this collaboration with you here, Alkin. So yes, you can connect with me on my website, deskplantcreatives.com. And from there, you can join my email community. It's a free email community, Flourish, and that's where I am giving email copywriting tips, email sequence, email strategy tips, and stories of all flavors, because I'm very passionate about storytelling to engage your email community as well. So if you want to join my email community, go to my website, deskplantcreatives.com. You'll see a pop-up and then the embedded form to sign up for my free email storytelling guide. And from there, you can opt into joining my email community.
Awesome. Okay, Jan, thank you very much again for coming and just talking, giving a lot of insights. Yeah, so thank you everyone for watching. So if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe, and see you on our next episodes.